Welcome back. This is Good Morning Namibia. Now, the Namibia Training Authority, the NTA, is set to roll out a nationwide outreach campaign aimed at strengthening engagement with employers across all 14 regions. Having started on the 3rd of March and running until the 26th of March 2026, the NTA will meet employers face-to-face to assist them with vet levy submissions, as well as guide them through the employer training grant process, ensuring that businesses not only comply, but also fully benefit from available training support. To unpack what this campaign means for employers and how they can take advantage of the ETG, we're joined this morning by NTA's Employer Support Officer, Madam Maria Mbula. Good morning, ma'am, and welcome to Good Morning Namibia.
Good morning, Mr. Denver.
How are you
Good
doing on
morning,
this
listeners.
gift?
I'm good.
And the viewers.
And the viewers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very happy to hear that you're good and very happy to have you this morning.
Thank you.
First things first, speak to us about what the vet levy is all about.
Okay. The vet levy is a mandatory contribution established under the Vet Act of 2008. It is aimed at reducing skills shortages in the country, as well as improving workplace productivity, and as well as strengthening the technical, vocational, and education training across Namibia.
Thank you for that overview. Now, in terms of the legislation that you cited, who is required to submit returns under this levy?
Okay, all vet levy registered employers are expected to submit their returns. So it all begins with registration. So all Namibian registered employers that has a payroll of 1 million and above are then required to register and contribute 1% of their annual payroll to the NTA.
And that's a statutory requirement?
That is a statutory requirement.
Very well.
So they must then submit their returns and then make also payment to the National Training Fund by the 20th of every month.
We do understand that a national outreach campaign is underway. What is its purpose?
Okay, the primary objective of the national outreach is actually to ensure that all our vet levy registered employers are fully prepared for the upcoming submission cycle. The window is opening on the 1st of April and then closing strictly on the 5th of May. So we are providing then hands-on information and assistance on our outreach and then we then submit all the required employer training grant processes. So our goal is just to ensure that every employer in all the 14 regions are fully equipped of the information to successfully submit their claims and get their refunds in order for them to reinvest in upskilling their workforce.
What is the information that you focus on? Which are the requirements that employers need to comply with when they file these returns?
Okay, when they file the returns, the monthly returns, they need to submit their monthly payroll to the NTA, and they then should also do their payments. That is now a part of the information that we are going to share with the employers, but the primary objective is the submission of the refund that they can claim from NTA.
Now, we'll get to the refund in a moment. We understand that these consultations will happen in person. Why is it important to focus on this mode of engagement?
It will be in person, it will be face-to-face, and most importantly, it is that it will be in all the 14 regions. It will give us a chance to have hands-on information, to respond to queries face-to-face, and also for us to be able to demonstrate on how the employers can actually complete the ETG application forms, and as well to also demonstrate on how they can complete the vet levy monthly return forms.
This awareness campaign, is it a yearly undertaking?
It is a yearly undertaking, but we have not been on a national outreach for a few years. But then this year, we've really decided that we want to be out there for the sake of our employers that are in remote areas that can also not reach to the capital city. So we feel that it is important for us to be out there and to provide, the services that they require.
Speaking of the ETG, what does that entail?
The employer training grant is actually a financial incentive and a motivation to the VAT levy paying employers. So it means that they can claim back up to 50% of what they pay to NTA on an annual basis. It then requires you to implement training in your organization, and then there should also be a cost that have occurred. So with all that, you also need to provide evidence to NTA that training took place by providing invoices to prove that you've paid for the cost, and also attendance register of the employees in order for us to see that training actually happened, and then all the other required documents.
Does the NTA vet the type of training that employers may offer to qualify for this benefit, or does it not really matter?
The employers can train or can require training from any other registered training provider that is registered for training, or any vocational training center. So we do not really specifically tell the employers where to train, because they all trade under, they have different industries for where they train, so they have to source their own training providers.
Would a Friday afternoon team building session qualify as training?
A training that is eligible for training is actually a training that has learning outcomes. The employee should be able to learn. It should be a training that relates to their jobs.
And their industry?
In the industry.
Yes.
Yes.
From your experience, which are the key challenges that employers generally encounter when they prepare their documentation, when they prepare their submissions?
The challenges that we encounter is that we receive submissions from employers with evidence that is not sufficient. That is one of the challenges that we encounter. And also that employers miss the deadlines that are stipulated in the Act. So if they miss a deadline, then we do not accept their applications. With regards to the levy payments, we encounter employers that are submitting their monthly retains after the deadline, or not submitting at all.
One of the challenges that you flagged, in fact the first one, relates to insufficient evidence that employers submit. What constitutes sufficient evidence? What exactly is the challenge there?
We have eligible evidence or training evidence that we require. So the challenge is that employers at the time of submission do not have the documentation. They do not prepare the documentation in advance. So it causes them then to submit incomplete applications.
And such incomplete applications cannot be entertained?
It cannot be entertained, but internally we do have a process where we can allow them 6 months to be able to submit their outstanding evidence. But we do encourage them to submit a complete application.
And on time?
And on time.
Yeah. What happens if an employer is reluctant to disclose their payroll to the NTA?
We are aware that payroll is a confidential matter. So there are measures in place whereby we can also do site visits to the employers in order to verify the pay slips that we
just
require.
To look with the eyes and not have the documentation
Yes,
in your
we
possession.
just need to verify.
Yeah. So as we start bringing the points together, to what extent would you thus say that these engagements, the outreach campaign, will practically assist our employers?
Yes, we look forward because it's very difficult for some employers not to have reached our offices. As I said, the outreach will assist us to practically be with our employers, demonstrate, attend to the queries immediately as they appear to us on the outreach.
You did share with us that you have a grace period of about 6 months for those who submit insufficient evidence to correct that. What happens if employers do not comply consistently and concurrently with vet levy requirements?
If the employer doesn't comply, meaning that if they even miss again the 6 months grace periods we provide them, we do reject the application. Finally, we give a final rejection of the application.
Is that the only consequence?
Yes.
No further consequences?
No, you just don't get your payout.
Very well.
Yes.
As we wrap up our conversation this morning, do you have any final message for employers?
Yeah, we are just encouraging employers to come out and submit their training applications, because we have a grant that they can make use of. This is a reinvestment for upskilling their workforce. So if they are not using the grant, then it's a clear indication that they are not putting too much emphasis on the training of their employees. There are quite benefits that comes with the training grant. Of using the training grant, we see a lot of workplace productivity. It also then encourages employers to come up with training plans, which also assist them in increasing the productivity and the skills of their employees.
Do you have a traveling roster and schedule? When can employers in the Hardap or Xaras or Zambezi region expect you?
Yeah, we have a schedule that can be accessed on our Facebook page. We also send out invitations directly to our employers, and we call upon all employers in each region to please call us in order to just make sure where our sessions will be.
Any final thoughts before we let you go, madam?
It is a great honor that we will be out there. NTA will be visible, and we are bringing NTA to the doorstep of our employers.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing those insights, and may you travel safely, and may these outreach campaigns be a resounding success.
Thank you very much.